What is RED-S? What does that even mean? And how is that different to amenorrhea?
So what is RED-S, or sometimes I call it REDS, and I don't know if that's correct or not, is Relative Energy Deficiency in sport. However, I like to actually kind of sometimes view it from a deficit. When we think about things in terms of money, which we all can relate to, there is a mismatch between your energy currency coming in, your caloric intake, versus your energy currency going out, which is your energy expenditure. Your body does have 3 savings accounts that it can use energy for if it has to. So we have our liver, which is what supplies energy to our brain. That's what allows our brain to stay focused. And contrary to what most people don't realize, it needs about 20% or more of our daily energy needs. Hence why we get a little brain foggy when we don't have enough, or I get kind of irritable. Our muscle can serve as an energy source, and body fat. But those are our emergency reserves. Our body doesn't like to have to give up its emergency reserves. So once the body has been kind of chiseling away using that, it'll actually kind of set a break and not allow it to use anymore. Think about it. Body fat has been our survival primal energy source to overcome famines. And as an athlete, we sure wouldn't want to be giving up our muscle for energy source, because that's our power and our explosion and our endurance capacity. So then the brain and the body switch, and now they start conserving energy inside of the body. And so it'll start dimming functions to things like our body temperature, bone. It views growth or recycling of bone density as a luxury if we can't even pay our day-to-day energy needs. Sexual health and reproduction would then be something that the body's like, hey, if we're not safe enough to get enough energy in, then reproduction should not be happening at this time. Let's shut off energy here. If you think about like a business that's going through and trying to conserve budget, it's going to think about what's the necessary versus unnecessary.
Yeah.
Amenorrhea can happen secondary to other causes than REDS. Can be stress. It can also be things that cause hormonal dysfunction, like polycystic ovary syndrome. There are some other pituitary gland conditions as well that can disrupt menstrual cycle. Obviously, pregnancy is one thing that can sometimes obviously lead to a cessation of cycle, but it doesn't have to be low energy availability. But that's what's important at looking at the whole person as well.
And when I said about it being different to amenorrhea, is it, you said that can be caused by various things, like it's not just about caloric deficit. Is that typically something those two do typically go hand in hand? If someone has lost their period, it is likely due to energy deficit.
That's usually the number one primary cause of it is low energy availability. And it doesn't always start out first with the loss of cycle. Sometimes there's a shorter duration, or the bleed is lighter as well. Then we end up seeing the consecutive loss of cycle.
Okay, thank you. And to answer the age-old argument of, are we literally talking about calories in versus calories out here for the deficit? Is RED-S, is that just if you're not, as simple as that, if you're not eating enough, you're going to start having symptoms of RED-S, or is there more to it?
That's what sounds like a simplistic question. In the beginning, yes, but then what the body will do is conserve your resting metabolic rate. So you'll actually see now there's some studies that are looking at that, where somebody's resting metabolic rate will drop as a way to conserve energy, since there's not enough calories coming in. So then what that does is reduce the amount of calories going out, but that's at a consequence of bone health, loss of cycle, your energy level being low, thyroid function starts to drop, which means we get a lower body temperature. We might even have hair, skin, and nail changes. So sorry, I didn't give a very direct answer because it's a hard question to answer.
Okay, thank you. No, that's, I think, what we needed to hear.